when it comes to the Christianity being having the most adherents currently, I would say that the core theology of Islam is belief in one creator God and that monotheism. And I think that actually is held by the vast majority of Christians. And when Christians are surveyed, they about 30 to 40%, I forgot the exact number, won't even accept the Trinity as true. So I consider even those Christians, or a large portion of Christians, agree with monotheism. Hindus the same thing, Buddhists the same thing. Like this idea of one creator God, one all-powerful creator, that is the dominant theology. And what's interesting is if you survey people across the world about what is your strongest belief, like belief in the afterlife, belief in karma, belief in reincarnation, belief in the Buddha, or belief in God as a creator, the number one most compelling religious belief that people will vote on is belief in one God. And that's why I focused on monotheism as really the top choice, because it's supported by many different natural intuitions that people have that they develop from childhood. And the fact that Islam puts that at the top of its theology with tawhid, that that is a big point in favor. Like if we have a scorecard, that's a big point in favor of Islam.
I don't know how much of a point in favor it is, but in the interest of finding at least one more thing to agree on, the Trinity is garbage, and Judaism is not just potentially polytheistic, but also potentially henotheistic. But this gets down to what, from the pool of people who are likely to accept supernatural claims about a God, um, there seems to certainly be a trend towards more monotheistic things. But this is about what people find is popular. What do we do with, for example, the argument that Islam, while it has remained unchanged a little bit since the seventh century, what about the argument that this is just a respin on Judaism, just like Christianity is a respin on Judaism, and therefore Christianity and Islam have both departed from the actual origins, and therefore they've both changed, and neither of them are compelling?
That's a good question. Islam doesn't claim to be like a spin-off of Judaism. Islam has its doctrines and teachings. What Islam says is that there have been prophets sent throughout the course of human history to bring the revelation of God. And there's different revelations that are sent progressively to prophets. And the Quran is the final revelation with the final prophet, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Judaism makes claims about, okay, these are the teachings of Moses, and we have the Torah, we have the oral Torah, and we have these kinds of doctrines and practices, and they will not be able to historically verify that the Torah is actually traced to the time of Moses as a historical figure. There's actually no archaeological evidence or radiocarbon evidence, manuscript evidence that Moses even existed. As Muslims, we believe that Moses existed as a prophet, and he's one of the most frequently mentioned prophets in the Quran. But we believe in the existence of Moses because of the Quran, because we believe in the Quran, we accept revelation. But with Muhammad, it's a different category, because he is verified independently as a historical figure, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he in the Quran itself also has been historically verified to the 7th century. And there are non-Muslim accounts that through manuscripts from the 7th century that would describe like what Muslims do. Like Muslims pray, Muslims face Mecca for prayers, Muslims have this pilgrimage, like all the things that Muslims are doing today. It's been independently historically verified that they're doing it 1400 years ago. This adds to the compellingness. Is it like a knockdown, oh, this is the proof? No, I'm not claiming that, but it's adding to the compellingness in a unique way that's not found in these other major religions.